Hey guys, my name is SHASWAT and I'm a legal intern at LEXIS and Company. In this video, I will be talking about the powers of criminal courts. In this, the first of all and the topmost is the apex court, that is the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is the ultimate court at the top of the judicial system, and it has the supreme judicial authority in our country. In this, there comes the Federal Court, which the Article 131 gives the power of the original jurisdiction to the Supreme Court to resolve the disputes arising between the center and the states or between two states. Then the second power is the interpretation of the Constitution. It says that only the apex court has the power to settle a question based on any issue related to the Constitution. Then thirdly, the power of judicial review. Article 137 says that all laws enacted are subjected to the scrutiny by the judiciary. Then fourthly, the Court of Appeal. The apex court is the highest court for the appeal in India, and it has the power to hear appeals from all the cases lying in the various high courts and subordinate courts in our country. Then there are also the powers of the constitutional matters, the civil matters, criminal matters, and special leave petition. The second court which comes is the High Court. The High Court comes after the Supreme Court, that is the apex court, on the second position. Its powers are firstly the original jurisdiction. In some issues, the case can be directly filed to the High Court. This is known as the original jurisdiction of the High Court, that is in matters related to the fundamental rights, marriage and divorce cases. Secondly, appellate jurisdiction. The High Court is the appellate court for the cases coming from the High Court, from the trial court. Then the supervisory jurisdiction, that is, this refers to the power of the general superintendents of the High Court over the matters of all the subordinate cases. The powers of the various courts have been highlighted in the Constitution of India. Apart from these courts, the powers and functions of the subordinate criminal courts have been provided under the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, as mentioned under the Section 6. The powers of various subordinate courts is mentioned from Section 26 to 35 of the CRPC, and first, in the section 26, it is mentioned the list of the courts which are enabled to try offences. According to it, the High Court, the Court of Session, and any court as specified in the first schedule of the Code of Criminal Procedure may be tried. Although it has been ensured that any offence committed under the section 376 and section 376A of the Indian Penal Code be tried by a women judge. All 376, 376A, 376B, 376C, 376D and 376E. The Session Court, the state government establishes the Session Court, which has to be presided by a judge appointed by the High Court. The High Court appoints additional as well as assistant session judges. The courts of session ordinarily sits at such place or places as ordered by High Court. The fourth comes is the Magistrate Court. The magistrate judges are usually appointed by the High Court. The jurisdiction is in case of juveniles. Any person who is below the age of 16 years who is a juvenile is exempted from the death penalty and punishment for imprisonment for life. The Chief Judicial Magistrate or any other court specially empowered under the Children's Act 1960 or any other law for the time being in force which provides for the treatment, training and rehabilitation, youthful offenders are eligible for trying such cases. The miscellaneous powers are the mode of conferring powers, that is section 32 says High Court or the state governments have the power by virtue of an order to empower people by their titles. Then the section 33 tells that the High Court of the state government have the power to withdraw powers conferred by them under this code. Then thirdly, in section 35, subjects to the other provisions of the code, the power and duties of a judge or magistrate, any can be exercised or performed by their successor in chief. So I may conclude this video by saying that the Constitution of India holds absolutely the authority and value in India. Hence, it will become essential to offer safeguard for its safety, and therefore the courts were vested with numerous powers to maintain, take a look at, and to make certain that no authority misuses its powers and encroaches upon other domains. The courts are the locations where human beings can take their grievances and get their disputes resolved. Upon the failure of different structures of the government, the hierarchy of the court has been advanced in this type of way that it will become smooth for anyone who is residing in the country to knock the doorways of the court every time the dispute arises. Thank you.